A day after he was slammed by Sachin Tendulkar, former Indian coach Greg Chappell has responded saying that he never wanted to replace Dravid with Tendulkar as the captain of the Indian team. Chappell has also slammed Tendulkar, saying that all the claims that he has made in his book are false. Harni now is with us for more on that. Harni, what exactly is Greg Chappell's defense?
Well, this is the very first reaction that is coming off Greg Chappell now. We've been trying to get an interview, but this is the very first reaction where he categorically refutes all the claims that have been made by Sachin Tendulkar. There's a point-by-point rebuttal. He goes on to say that during my tenure as the Indian coach, I never contemplated Sachin replacing Rahul Dravid as the captain. Now, this was referring to what Sachin revealed in his book, that just months before the 2007 Cricket World Cup, Chappell had visited his house and he proposed the idea of controlling Indian cricket and told Sachin to take over as the captain from Rahul Dravid. Now, Greg Chappell also goes on to refute the fact that I had only visited Sachin's home once. That was with the team physio and assistant coach during Sachin's rehabilitation from injury. And apparently this incident happens to be 12 months earlier than what has been reported in the book. And he clearly refutes the claim that subject of captaincy was never raised during the conversation that I had with Sachin Tendulkar at his residence. So clearly a war of words emerging where Greg Chappell, former India coach, has outrightly denied and refuted all the claims that have been made by Sachin in the book.
Right, but Harni, other cricketers have also actually come out and supported what Sachin Tendulkar has to say about the unpopularity of Greg Chappell as the coach.
Well, absolutely. There is no denying the fact that Greg Chappell, after the 2007 debacle, there were a lot of players who first openly did not come out speaking against Greg Chappell, but after he was sacked, after he resigned from his position as the Indian coach, after the players had sort of protested to the BCCI privately. But this is the first time that Sachin Tendulkar has come out and spoken about Greg Chappell and the bad influence that he had on the team. And Greg Chappell hitting back at this point of time to Sachin Tendulkar, refuting all the claims that have been made by Sachin in the book, clearly giving a rebuttal. However, no denying the fact that Greg Chappell and Indian team did not have a pleasant time during his tenure. India's key reasons for the debacle at the 2007 World Cup was because there was no harmony within the team, and Greg Chappell's divide and rule policy did not go down well with the Indian dressing room.
There is a clash of versions between Greg Chappell and Sachin Tendulkar. I'd rather believe Sachin Tendulkar. Sachin Tendulkar has a track record over the last 20-odd years of never telling a lie, of never really breaking the code of conduct in any way. And if he says so, I tend to believe it.
Well, listen, I've always believed that Greg Chappell had an agenda of kinds against us. He had the most phenomenal cricket team with some amazing talent when he was our coach, yet he could do nothing with it. He had every senior player going against him. And as far as I'm concerned, Sachin Tendulkar is a far greater player and a far greater human being than Greg Chappell ever will be.
Atul Vasan, former Indian cricketer, is also with us now.
There is no denying that Chappell was not one of the favorite coaches ever. And probably for his own reasons, he might be trying to, do the best of his capability and what he thought right at that time. But it didn't go down very well with anybody. We know the results were disastrous. The players there was a lot of infighting in the team. And if Sachin is reminiscing about what happened, it's only conjecture whether he went and what he said. He must have said this or wanted Sachin to do certain things which Sachin didn't want to do.